All right, here we go. Yes, I think it's quite time for another adventure. Won't you come with me? Just 71.6 miles to go. Hell, we're almost there. First real stop of the day, first real stop of the trip. Thought I'd hang out for a minute and have lunch at the gustatorially named Licking Log campsite. There's no one else here. I ran across one solo hiker and two groups of two all morning. So far I've done a little over 7 miles. Have about 8 to go to get to Burrell's Ford for my sleeping time tonight. So for now, I'm having a little lunch and drying out my Tootsies. La 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 la. All right, see ya. Something about a little bit of whitewater makes me thirsty. So I thought I'd sit on a log, get something to drink, while listen to the water out there. All right, so that's 15.5 miles done on day one. I got from Oconee State Park, the 0 mile marker, all the way to Burrell's Ford Campground. See my tent over there. There's tons of space for tents and some fires and even a bear box. That's that green thing over there. But nobody else is here, so I got the place all to myself so far. I guess somebody else could show up before nightfall, but that'll be soon. I also get to sleep next to this lovely thing. Just hear the water singing all night long. Hopefully that puts me to sleep. See y'all tomorrow. All right. First morning waking up in the woods, dawn of day 2. Had a great sleep last night. I tucked in at like 8 p.m. and woke up with the sun at about 6:30. So I got a lot of sleep. And I'm ready to go for the day. And let me tell you, there is no greater joy than getting less than a mile onto the trail and finding one of these guys. Hell yeah. Continuation of my tradition of gustatorially named campsites for lunch, I find myself at the East Fork campsite. I don't know if I'd want to stay here. There's a lot of not too stable looking trees, but it's okay to pop up for lunch. And besides, the sun is bright. I got my socks drying. I won't show you my feet. I got all kinds of lunch arrayed for me here. And I'm about halfway through the day, which is a good place to be at lunch. So I'm gonna take a little breather, get a little nutrition, and forge ahead. All right, bye-bye for a little bit, South Carolina. Oh, North Carolina feels so much different. No, it's basically the same. It's kind of cool to cross the state line by foot. Ah! So I forgot to take a video last night because I was tired. And then I forgot to take one this morning because I wanted to get going, because eventually I'll get tired. But down there is where I stayed last night. Lovely little campsite, whitewater camp. I actually had some friends camp with me. A couple that had a Louder Than Life hat on, so they were familiar with Louisville. And who knows, maybe I'll see them in September. But I got about another 10 hours of sleep, which is awesome. And I'm gonna try and eat up about 16 and a half miles again today. See you on the other side. Here we are for day 3 lunch. I couldn't find a culinarily named location. I guess depending on your tastes. This is Horse Pasture River. And it's a gorgeous place to stop and eat lunch. I am starting to realize I'm a little over halfway through the hike, and I'm about halfway through day 3. I'm starting to realize that a 16-mile pace here is challenging. I mean, I always knew it was challenging. It's very challenging. That's kind of part of the joy for me, is finding those walls and then realizing that there is no wall. But make thee no mistake, this is difficult. But at least I got to like dry my socks out. I won't show you my gross feet. I think I did that day 1. Anyway, time to eat some lunch. All right, getting ready to leave day 3 camp for day 4 of hiking. Stayed at Toxaway Camp, which sounds kind of like maybe a trauma slasher, like a Toxic Avenger meets Sleepaway Camp. Anyway, Toxaway Camp, which is more lovely than the name sounds, out here on the lake. And there's a stream that feeds into the lake back there that was easy water access. And they had a little privy, and all the sites were like these flattened areas. So I slept really well. Anyway, off we go, more hiking. When the first thing you do, less than half a mile from camp, is called Heartbreak Ridge, it ain't fooling. But look at that view. There's even a lake down there. Ooh, buddy. I'm gonna sit on this bench for a quick second. All right, I haven't checked in much today because it's super duper hot, but I just found some water. So I'm gonna have something to drink. I got about a mile to camp. I just crossed a road, and already there's weird people doing weird people things. I'll get back into the woods. See you on that side. Once again, I forgot to film anything last night or this morning before I left camp. But while I'm taking a short break on my way up to Sassafras Mountain, the highest point in South Carolina, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about my camp last night. Yesterday was absolutely grueling, despite being the shortest mileage of the trip so far at 14.5 miles. There was a lot of up and down. And the last mile was probably the worst mile of the trail so far. So steep, so rocky, so many steps. But made it to Chimney Top Gap, which was a lovely little campsite. Had a bear cable, had a flat spot for my tent. That's all I can really ask for. And I met kind of a little impromptu tramily. At lunch, I ran into a group of folks from, I think mostly from North Carolina. And several of them are out doing the trail for the first time, and one of them has done it 3 or 4 times. So he's kind of leading the group. But it was cool. It was cool getting to like chat with some other folks about the trail and about hiking and about experiences. Yeah, it's you don't meet many people out here, but it's good that the people you do meet are pretty cool for the most part. For the most part. All right, I'll see you up at Sassafras Mountain. Well, here I am on the last day of the trip at the top of Sassafras Mountain. It's the highest point in South Carolina, and it's also the dividing line between North and South Carolina. So the highest point, I guess, is shared, but maybe North Carolina has another higher point. Anyway, that's North Carolina out over there. What a gorgeous day. And as I turn around, that's South Carolina over there. Stopped for lunch here on the last day. My last real meal, although I may have a quick snack break in a little while. Couldn't find a culinarily named site, so I'm here at Lighthouse Campsite, which is not much of a campsite, but has a lot of cool rocks back there. Did for lunch. See ya. All right, that's a wrap on the Foothills Trail. Made it back. We got a lot to decompress here, so maybe I'll save that for a whole separate thing, but it was good, and I'm glad to be done. And it was good, and I'm glad to be done. All right, I'll see y'all later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more content.